You're about to take your ELA 8 Unit 2 exam. At this time, fill in your name, the name of your campus, your ELA teacher's name, the date, your proctor's name, and your homeroom teacher's name. Once you're finished with that, complete the Yes Prep Honor Code statement. Write your first and last name. Agree to abide by the Yes Prep Public Schools Honor Code. I will act with integrity and will not lie, cheat, or steal. My answers on this test represent my own knowledge. At this time, pause the video to fill out the information. We will now begin the reading. You're going to read the selection on your own and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. In 1944, Bird Thompson, having secretly earned her pilot's license, is traveling to Sweetwater, Texas to become an Air Force pilot. Pause the video at this time to silently read the passage on your own. Now that you have finished reading the passage, I will read through the questions. Number 1. What does Bird's explanation in paragraph 13 reveal to the reader? I hate this question because I always feel the need to offer an explanation after I answer. Bernadette Thompson, but nobody calls me that except my mom. I hate it, actually. She gave me a rich-sounding name, hoping it would help me get a rich husband. Everyone calls me Bird. It's better that way. What does Bird's explanation in paragraph 13 reveal to the reader? A. Bird and her mother have different expectations, beliefs about how Bird should live her life. B. Bird is puzzled by her mother's motivation for giving her an elaborate, fancy name. C. Bird's mother thinks Bird should spend more time helping support the family. Or D. Bird's mother disapproves of the nickname Bird has given herself. Pause at this moment to complete question number 1. Question 2. Which event initiates the rising action of the excerpt? Rising action is when the characters experience problems and must respond to the problems. Which event initiates the rising action of the excerpt? F. The girl on the train tells Bird that they have reached Texas. G. The girl on the train notices the book Bird is reading. H. Bird is assisted by the conductor at the start of the trip. Or J. Bird falls asleep while reading her favorite book. Pause at this time to complete question number 2. Question 3. Read the sentence from paragraph 10. When I snuck back into the kitchen a few hours later to retrieve it, the heat from the gas light had cooked the spine, leaving a smoldering black mark. Bird's actions in this sentence best demonstrates her A. Determination, willpower to make her mother respect her personal choices. B. Persistence in pursuing her own interests despite the opinions of others. C. Ability to have a positive outlook while encountering challenging circumstances. Or D. Decisiveness, make a firm decision about taking action to do what is best for her family. Pause at this time to complete question 3. Question 4. Read this dictionary entry. Nice. 1. Kind and friendly. 2. Appealing or attractive. 3. Pleasing or satisfying. 4. Showing accuracy or skill. Which definition most closely matches the way the word nice is used in paragraph 11? Thinking about it all, I am ready to burst into tears. If the auburn-haired girl wasn't sitting in my compartment, I would be able to close the door and have a nice cry. But instead, I choked back the tears. Which definition most closely matches the way the word nice is used in paragraph 11? F, definition 1, G, definition 2, H, definition 3, J, definition 4. At this time, pause the video to complete question 4. Question 5. The sensory language in paragraph 1 helps the reader understand that bird. Paragraph 1. The train pulls up to the station right on time. The conductor helps carry my suitcase up the stairs and into my compartment. I sit down on the gorgeous plush red velvet bench where I'll be spending the next 12 hours. I run my fingers over it, realizing how long it has been since I felt anything so wonderful. The sensory language in paragraph 1 helps the reader understand that bird A, believes that she is prepared for her journey. B, wishes she could use a different form of transportation. C, thinks that she will not enjoy such a long train ride. Or D, is impressed by the fine features of the train's interior. Hint, sensory means details that include seeing, hearing, smelling, touching, and tasting. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 5. Question 6. For bird, going to Sweetwater most likely represents F, the opportunity to be a valued member of a group. G, her willingness to accept more responsibilities. H, her desire to learn from past experiences. J, the chance for her to use her imagination. At this time, pause the video to finish answering question 6. Question 7. What is the best summary of the excerpt? A, Bird is riding on a train to Sweetwater, Texas. She meets a young woman who is traveling to the same place. Bird shares food with the young woman, and they talk about a book they both have read. B, as Bird rides on a train to Texas, she remembers how her mother once took away her favorite book about a female pilot. Bird meets a young woman who notices that Bird's book is in bad condition. They soon realize that they are both traveling to Sweetwater. C, Bird dreams of flying, but her mother does not understand and forbids Bird from even reading about a female pilot. Bird decides to travel to Sweetwater, Texas to train as an Air Force pilot. While riding the train, she meets a young woman who understands how she feels and shares her dream. D, Bird is traveling to Sweetwater, Texas by train. She falls asleep while reading her book, and when she awakens, a young woman explains that the train has already reached Texas. Bird finds out that the young woman is also going to Sweetwater and is delighted to make the acquaintance of another female pilot. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 7. Question 8. The final sentence of the excerpt suggests that Bird most likely feels. We sit together in silence as the train rattles on, taking us closer to our future. The final sentence of the excerpt suggests that Bird most likely feels F, frustrated, G, insincere, H, accomplished, or J, hopeful. At this time, pause the video to finish answering question 8. Question 9. Read the sentence from paragraph 18. And before I know it, the tears start streaming down my face, and for a moment, I feel like I'm watching myself from outside of my body. What does the figurative language in this sentence convey about Bird? A, she wishes she did not have to share her compartment with another passenger. B, She doubts her decision to leave behind her comfortable life in Iowa. C. She feels overwhelmed when she meets someone who shares her interests. Or D. She does not want to appear weak in front of another person who is interested in being a pilot. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 9. Read the selection and choose the best answer to each question. Then fill in the answer on your answer document. At this moment, pause the video to read the passage. Question 10. Which sentence supports the idea that the instruments are part of what makes the recycled orchestra special? F. The group has performed in Brazil, Panama, and Colombia. G. As more children wanted to participate, Chavez knew that more instruments were needed. H. The cost of a traditional violin is far out of the reach of many residents of Cachoeira. J. The museum honored the orchestra with an exhibit showcasing its instruments. At this time, pause the video to answer question 10. Question 11. In order to be successful in the orchestra, members most likely had to A. Show that they had natural talent for playing music. B. Work together to find materials for the instruments. C. Make a commitment to devote time to practicing their skills. Or D. Develop an interest for the style of music they would be playing. At this time, pause the video to answer question 11. Question 12. Gomez travels to the landfill several times a week to search for materials, most likely because he F. Knows which items would be best suited for crafting the instruments. G. Wants to create a new style of instrument. H. Hopes to find an instrument that is intact, unbroken. Or J. Believes that items from the landfill create unique sounds. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 12. Question 13. The initial, at the beginning, success of Chavez's project depended primarily on A. Inspiring the local children to participate in the orchestra. B. Spreading awareness of the benefits of reusing materials. C. Obtaining invitations to perform in foreign countries. Or D. Finding resources within the country. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 13. Question 14. What is the best summary of the selection? A. The small village of Cachoeira, Paraguay, is built on a landfill. Most of the residents search the trash for items to recycle. Fabio Chavez had an idea to use trash to make musical instruments. He asked a carpenter, Nicolas Gomez, to make guitars, drums, and other instruments. B. Ecologist and musician Fabio Chavez wanted to help the children living in Cachoeira, Paraguay. He started an orchestra with instruments created from materials found in the local landfills. The recycled orchestra has performed around the world and has had a positive impact on the lives of its members. C. Children in Cachoeira, Paraguay had few resources when Fabio Chavez went there to work on a recycling project. Chavez asked Nicolas Gomez to help him make instruments from items in the landfill. The members of the orchestra appreciate the uniqueness of their instruments. Or D. Fabio Chavez provided the children of Cachoeira, Paraguay with instruments made from recycled materials. When the children's musical skills improved, he created an orchestra and the group began performing locally. Soon, they had invitations to perform in Europe and the United States. A documentary film was made about the orchestra's success. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 14. Question 15. The author wrote this selection most likely to F. Reveal, show that citizens of Paraguay live near landfills. G. Suggest that traditional orchestras are becoming outdated. H. Explain the origins, where it began, started, and successes of the recycled orchestra. Or J. Convince readers to share Chavez's passion for music. At this moment, pause the video to answer question 15. Read and annotate the selection in preparation for the free response portion of this exam. Pause the video to read the selection silently.